The biggest heat wave of 2026 is about to occur, and you can feel it in your backyard right now. If you live in the central eastern United States, you will be feeling the craziest heat you have felt all year, with temperatures ranging from anywhere to 100 to 110 degrees. Let's jump right into the forecast. Let's start out with the absolutely massive and very dangerous heat wave that's about to impact the United States. Take a look at the upper level setup. We have a massive, anomalous, mid-level, high-pressure ridge climbing up to a 594 and 596 decimeters, centered right over the United States right now. This is acting like a giant boulder in the atmosphere, sinking the air, drying it out, and cooking the surface. Look at these areas highlighted in deep purples and reds. The National Weather Service has issued widespread heat advisories and extreme heat watches stretching all the way from Kansas and Nebraska straight through Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, and extending to the Ohio Valley and the Mid-Atlantic. This means areas like Kansas City, St. Louis, and Chicago are looking at temperatures easily in the upper 90s. But when you factor in the dew points in the low to mid 70s, we're talking easy 105 to 110 degrees through midweek. And over on the East Coast, as we head closer to the 4th of July holiday weekend, this heat shifts eastward. Big cities like New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Baltimore are going to see the hottest weather of the year so far. But the main story and the big problem is that the nightly lows are only dropping into the upper 70s and near 80s, keeping that major humidity threat as we go into the overnight hours. So please limit your outdoor activities and check on your neighbors, because this is going to be a highly impactful heat wave. Now let's dive into the severe weather side of things, because the heat dome is driving a very volatile setup, and when you have this much heat and moisture at the surface, the atmosphere becomes incredibly unstable. We're talking Cape values exploding past 300,000 to 4,000. Because of this, the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted active severe weather threats in the northern plains and across the upper Midwest and tracking towards the Great Lakes. As far as the timing of this severe weather setup, as we get into the peak of the afternoon, storms are going to fire off along the stalled frontal boundary in the northern plains and upper Midwest. Initially, these are going to be very discrete supercells. If you are in this zone, the primary threat is going to be large to very large hail and isolated tornadoes. From 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., you can expect what happens in the evening hours is when these supercells start to congeal into a massive mesoscale convective system, or MCS. Essentially a huge squall line or bow echo. When you say these bow echoes, that usually means tornadoes can pop like crazy out of nowhere, and they can be very discreet and happen in a few minutes. They can happen 1 minute, and by the next radar scan, they're already gone. And now we go into the overnight hours. This is when the most dangerous part of the severe weather setup is coming. The line of thunderstorms will maintain its intensity long after dark, fueled by the low-level jet feeding moisture into the system. This brings a nocturnal QLCS threat, which is quasi-linear convective system, where the tornado threat is going to go through the roof. Embedded brief tornadoes can spin up along the leading edge in the wind gust front, with zero warning while you're asleep. So make sure you have a way to receive alerts, and the best thing you can do is go into your phone settings, make sure your wireless emergency alerts are turned on. That is the most efficient way to get alerts in the United States right now, mainly across the whole world. Everyone's getting access to phones nowadays, and this is just taking over the alert systems quite a bit. That is the best possible way that you can receive alerts. So just to recap, we have a multi-day historic heat wave that is going to move through the United States. It's going to go from the central to the eastern United States very quickly over these next few days. If you're in the severe weather threat zones, have multiple ways to receive alerts. Do not rely on outdoor sirens. That is a big one. That is one that the sirens outdoors are supposed to be if you're outside. A lot of people rely on it. It's not a good thing to rely on. You want to rely on your phone alerts and take cover immediately if a tornado warning is issued. As far as the heat wave goes, make sure you're not outdoors as much. Make sure you're limiting the outdoors, and make sure that you have sunscreen if you are going outdoors, and make sure you have lots of water if you're going outdoors. This is going to be a historic heat wave that moves through the United States. Thank you guys for watching. This has been the first video on Liam Severe. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the video. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.